If you're a great YouTube fan but still haven't have a channel of your own and are thinking about what to start with, this video may be of use to you. We'll discuss the best ideas to set up a channel in 2022. Hey everybody, this is Mediacube podcast, Roman and Ivan, and today we're discussing a very exciting topic for newcomers on YouTube. Well, you may be a great fan of YouTube, you may watch a lot of content, but at some point you'll definitely think about how to start your own channel, especially if you have something to share with people. And everybody has something to share with people, I think. We're all unique and we're all individuals. And YouTube is the platform that not only can help you express yourself and share yourself to the public, but it can turn out to be a business for you, and it can bring revenue, and it can bring deals with brands and monetization, etc.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk about all the kinds of niche channels that you may start, and we will just give you some hints about how to come up with the idea of what you would like to do on the platform.
This is absolutely true. So I'll start with some general notions and general ideas lying beneath the process of creation videos, because you always have to think what does audience need and what you're going to tell your audience, and think about whether they really need it. So the first point we'd mention is something that has to do with psychology, and that works everywhere, not only on YouTube, but also on TV. It works in radio, it works everywhere.
On other media platforms.
And all other media platforms. People tend to about themselves. They like nostalgia. And as time passes, there are a lot of things that just vanish. Like, you know, tape recorders or Walkmans or disc phones or anything.
That's why the first point that we're going to talk about is the so-called recreating items. So something that you may recreate at home, but something that can bring some nostalgic feelings with it.
And not just nostalgic feelings. Nostalgia works 100%. So if you can think about something that is no longer here, that is no longer in our everyday life, maybe a good old TV show or a good old forgotten movie, recreated somehow with your own feel, with your own individuality, maybe a parody or something, that will just remind people about something that has vanished, with a new look, with a new feel, and with your face and individuality in it. This definitely will work. Another thing about recreating items has nothing to do with nostalgia, but it has actually to do with something that that is no longer available in everyday life.
Yeah, that's right.
For example, as far as we know, there are currently a lot of countries where, for example, theaters or restaurants or like any public places are not available because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can just, if you're good at cooking, but you can try to recreate a restaurant recipe at home and teach people how to make something, how to make a restaurant dish at home, which is great because people have no restaurants available around them, and they can feel like they can have their restaurant at home, and they can be part of this process due to you. So the general idea about this first point is think about something that people are deprived of currently, be it a good old TV show or restaurants that are closed or are not available due to pandemic, and try to do something about it, make content about it, recreate it somehow, and put your own feel and individuality into it. And this will definitely work. So this was idea number one. Idea number two is also evergreen. And the idea is about being the first in the niche, right, Roman?
That's right. Yeah, it's I cannot say that it's a very trendy thing that is going, to be one of the key trends in 2022. It has always been the point that you need to find something that that specifically you like very much, and you would like to share it with the audience, even if there are no other channels that do something like that. you still can become that very pioneer that is going to promote this trend in public. And when you do this, if you understand that there is a kind of a community that you can gather around this content, it will mean that the level of loyalty is going to be higher than on any other entertainment channels.
That's right.
And even if there is no content about this particular niche currently represented on the platform, you can still give it a try because you may find the most loyal audience around it. And when it's niche, it means that the audience is going to be more mature, I would say.
Yeah.
And it means that it can bring you more profit in the future if you managed to find the right audience behind the content.
Absolutely, and this is pretty simple, because there are a lot of things in the world that have communities around them.
Yeah.
Like many things can have communities around them, and some of them are not represented on YouTube. So definitely you'll have to make some analysis and research before going into it on YouTube and before investing your resources and time into producing content. But once you've made this research and you understand that, all right, here's the niche that is poorly represented on YouTube, and there's a strong, loyal community around it. It can be anything, fishing or...
and if you feel
it can be sorry, it can be anything. Well, fishing, I don't know, karting racing, anything.
Yeah,
anything you can think of. You just have to observe, analyze, make conclusions, and go for it.
And if you feel right about having the ability to add some value to the niche, you should definitely try it.
That's right. Well, probably yes. You'll have to invest something into letting people know that you're there, or maybe invest some resources into AdSense, promote your videos somehow, trying to reach this community. And expand it and draw them to you.
To let them know that there is
you're there.
Content on the platform that they've been looking for years, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Or maybe research and try to find these communities on different
Reddit,
forums, other platforms, like anything. Or you can just go to the assembly of karting fans in your town and say, hey people, I have a great new channel about karting, come join and subscribe, and you will already have, if content is great, I mean, people will let their friends know that, and let the community know.
Word of mouth still works.
Yes, and it really works. So in this respect, point number 2, try to be an early adopter. Try to find a niche that is not well represented on YouTube. Try to think whether it has strong community.
Think about the added value
and
that you can bring to this niche. Yeah.
That's right. Yet another thing also deals with current state of things with the pandemic. A lot of people now work from home, and a lot of them are really tired of this.
And have more time because there is no need to commute to work or anywhere else.
That's right.
And all kinds of delivery is available even at a higher scale than it used to be. You don't even need to leave your house, leave your home in order to get anything you want.
That's right. So try to think how to use it. And because, people really like watching something that resembles them, what's happening to them. And so you try to think about the following stuff. Well, a lot of people are now working from their homes. Home is their office. And there is a whole, set of situations people can get into, and a whole set of things that are associated with their new lifestyle, because there's been a huge change in people's lives in the last 2 years. So try to think of something that can trigger audiences to think about, hey, this is what's happening to me. Exactly, I really like that. I remember
to make the audience feel related.
Yeah, I remember the case. I don't remember the exact name of this TV series, or even it was YouTube series. It was shot in Spain, I think, at the very beginning of the pandemic, or maybe it was half a year after the world was closed. And so the guys just made a TV series out of situations they get into working from home. because at that time nobody really understood what was going on, and nobody knew what it will turn into, and so they made a lot of fun out of it, and it was huge.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but we'll write it right here. And from what I can remember, from what I can recall, I think they started out on YouTube, and then I may be mistaken, but I think it happened this way, and then a big TV company purchased the rights,
Started to stream it.
and started to show it on the big TV station.
Okay.
And it was made from nothing, just from scratch, from something they had at home. Really, I mean, it was like about, notebooks and toilet paper and delivery, And so the screenplays were really cool.
Online meetings.
Online meetings, Zoom, and all this stuff. Yeah, like when you're talking to colleagues wearing a suit and pants because nobody sees your pants, because nobody sees your bottom half. Something like it was very simple. But hilarious.
Very, very relatable at the beginning.
Yes, absolutely, and it triggered people. People understood that this is about them. So this is very important. Try to make something that people think is about them, not only about you.
Yeah.
And try to exaggerate and make fun out of it.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes it's just interesting for the audience to see how it works for similar people in different household.
absolutely.
Just to see behind the scenes, behind the screen, what's happening there, and how they can relate themselves to this content, and maybe they can get some ideas of how to diversify their life without necessity to leave the home, or without the ability to leave the home.
Absolutely. Say, general idea behind this point is try to think about something that people are currently at the moment going through, and make something out of it. Add humor, add your personality and personal touch to it, and it will work. Yet another evergreen stuff, but that will be definitely trend in 2022 if you want to start your own channel and still don't know what to start with, is if you have any unique talents. This is always popular, and people wanna see somebody doing something they cannot do, they're not able to. Like if you're good at playing flute or making saltos or whatever. If you're good at making
flute with your nose or with your ear,
or something like that, yeah, something really unique. I mean, because really there are a lot of people who are able to play flute, so you have to add something to it. So try to think if you can play flute jumping, or play flute running, or play piano with your feet, something like that, something unique, something you're capable of. And this will surely be a success, but you have to be able to do this. I mean, this is the point.
And it's also about finding your niche, because in some way it's kind of unique content that may be interesting for a particular audience, and it's about the separate skill set that is available for one single person, for example.
That's right. Say, even if you're not thinking about starting your own channel, but if you're watching this right now and you realize that you're somehow in some way unique, you have this mixture of talents, think about starting your YouTube channel, because people are going to love that. Because don't just show it to your friends, family, and neighbors at Christmas. No, try to expand this to wider audiences. This will bring you money on YouTube.
No, the next thing I think we'll when we're talking about the thing that there is more people have more time because they need to spend more time at home.
Sure.
They need to find something that they can, educate themselves, or something they would like to learn during the pandemic, and then to transform it into the life-making thing in the future. So that's why, if you are a tradesperson with some interesting set of skills you would like to share, if you are in a very specific you are employed in a very specific area. For example, something that normal people will never see outside of your job. If
Yeah.
you are, like making, if you're a blacksmith, it may become very popular because no one knows how you can make a very nice looking sword, for example,
Yeah.
from a piece of a piece of steel.
Or maybe even teach people how to make it.
Yeah, or even, but you cannot teach it how to make it because you need to have a lot of
Skills.
and a lot of equipment to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's yeah, kind of like that. And the other thing that also can be mentioned right here in this point is education channels.
Yeah.
Something that about money making from home, something that you always wanted to start doing, but you never had time for that. And the more online courses you have, the more online courses there is available. So the more people will reach it and will have get some value from that. So that's why it's very important to if you're a tradesperson or if you can teach people something, so you should definitely try to launch a channel and share your vision, share your ideas with people, and help them to spend their time at home.
That's right, absolutely. Just think about that. People now have a lot of free time and they do not know how to spend it. All two series have been watched and they're tired of them. So if you can paint, teach them to paint.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who'd like to learn painting and hadn't have time for it before the pandemic, so now they have time, and they have time to devote it to their dream. So now it's time to chase your dreams, and a lot of people are chasing their dreams, learning something they haven't learned, but they've dreamed of learning. So if you can paint, teach people to paint. If you can play guitar, teach people to play guitar.
Design, online.
Design. Well, yeah, absolutely. And think about something you're proficient at and share it with people, and they'll be thankful to you, and it'll definitely pay off.
So another point that is important to mention is the continuation of the rise of YouTube Shorts, and that's why all the kinds of micro skill sets that you can frame into 1 minute long video. So all these kinds of stuff will also be popular in 2022.
That's right. So if you can think of something that you can do and teach people in a 1 minute long video, think of it and do it.
Yeah.
Right. Another thing is also based on actually general sense, and it's not just trend in 2022. It has been trend in 2021 and will be trend later on in 2023 and on and on and on. And the insight that lies behind it is that there's really a lot of stress in our everyday lives, and the amount of stress is always rising. I mean, time is moving faster and faster, and people have to adopt more and more information. So this all results in a lot of stress in people's life, and this is normal, actually. But the way you can use this situation is that you can think of content that helps people. But the way you can use this situation is that you can think of content that could help people deal with this everyday stress. Because actually, everyday stress is about all of us. There are no exceptions.
Yeah.
So if you're good at breeding, I don't know, pet fish, right? Aquariums. Show people these aquariums. Show how you breed this pet fish. I mean, it will help people deal with stress.
Yeah, it's more like satisfying videos that you'll just like to watch and relax.
Yeah.
It's something that feels good when you just watch it.
That's right. Or I don't know, you have charming hamsters at home.
Yeah, that's right.
Let people know about them. Or evergreen topic like cats. Everybody loves cats. And if you have cat and still don't have your YouTube channel or your cat's YouTube channel, it's high time you've changed the situation and set up a YouTube channel for your cat. And there are really a lot of cases out there when pets, YouTube channels or Instagram profiles have millions of views and subscribers. Millions, literally. So this is the case when your pet can bring you a fortune.
Yeah.
Try to think of it and use it.
Yeah. Another idea is we'll call it a back to basics. This is, like if we are thinking about it more over long term, not just from the point of view of the trends of 2022, we can say that the audience of YouTube is becoming more mature too. So, and when it used to be like 13 to 35 years old audience, the age is growing, and now there are millions of people who watch who are over 55, 65, who are watching YouTube and find some kind of recipes, or they learn how to, if they have like a quiet elder life, they would like to start gardening, and there is no like any specific channel that can teach them do this. And if there are some basic things how you can start your own garden, it means that you will find your audience too, because kind of very basic things without going into the depth of this area.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, the kind of basic things is going to be trendy in the upcoming years.
That's right. And yet another thing is that it actually requires a lot of production, but still this is very lucrative in perspective. On YouTube, say people always like to peek through a keyhole, and this is something universal. This is why reality shows are still there.
Yeah.
And people are still watching reality shows on TV.
Yeah.
So what if you try to make a reality show out of your own life? This will definitely be popular, especially if you are a professional, is something that people don't know much about. Like, for example, if you're an ambulance doctor, right? Everybody knows that ambulance doctors are heroes, and everybody see their job from the outside.
Yeah, and you can give the audience the understanding why so.
Why so, and what happens in there? Like, show them your life from the inside. If you're an ambulance doctor, or if you're a broker, like everybody knows there are brokers out there. But me personally, I just know the word. That's it. I would be really excited to learn and to know what's going on there, what's going on, in the market. How you, if you're a broker, how you follow all these stock changes. Do you really, use these three phones at once to call everybody at once to say that Dow Jones is down or up or whatever? This is really exciting, or not, or this is just a myth, and it doesn't work like that. This is really interesting. If you're a professional, it's something that people think they know about, but actually don't know much about it from the inside. Show them this inside. Well, yes, this implies production. This implies a lot of shooting. This implies a lot of editing.
Or, for example, when you are a like this huge crane operator.
Yeah, that's right.
This is you just have 2 or 3 cameras, GoPros, that you can to stick one into your cabin, another one just outside, and this look from the point of your vision, from the point of view of the crane operators. I think it might be interesting for a wider audience.
Absolutely, and there is
how they climb to the cabin, all this stuff, what they do there, how they get information, how to what to do next, etc.
Absolutely right. I'll just find a channel. We have a YouTube channel in Russia, just exactly about a crane operator.
Okay.
All right, there could be several channels, but just one I found. It's got over 200,000 subs and not really much views, but I thought about a different channel. But there are videos on his channel that have 7 million views. You can see 2 million views.
Yeah.
Again, 900,000 views. So people really like to peek through that keyhole, especially if you have not a very usual profession like a crane operator. Yeah. So this will definitely work. Or imagine you're a pilot.
Yeah.
If you're allowed to just set up a GoPro in the cabin.
I think there are some guys who already do that, but it's not at that scale, and I think the potential of the audience is much wider than those few channels that currently exist.
Absolutely, have to do nothing. Just have to put a GoPro, maybe a couple of GoPros in the cabin,
Yeah.
and just show people how you work.
Just tell them, what's going on.
That's it. Then a lot of editing, but it will really pay off.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Another thing we would like to discuss in this video is Visual Transfer 2022, because content itself may be exciting and interesting, but a lot of really depends on how you visualize it and on how you and what actually people see, how they perceive it aesthetically.
Okay.
What colors, Roman, do you think are trendy or will be trendy?
Yeah, it was a huge speculation about this 2022 color. So when we're talking about design, about the thumbnails, or about some colors that you may use in your background when you are, for example, talking to the camera. So it was a huge speculation about the color that was chosen for the year 2022. They call it very Perry.
All right.
And this is the description of this color. It's a dynamic periwinkle blue hue with a vivifying violet-red undertone, blends the faithfulness and constancy of blue with the energy and excitement of red.
We'll show it here.
Yeah.
Right. So try to use as much of this color as you can aesthetically, but not overload your videos with it, definitely. But yeah, this is trendy.
Yeah, and another thing about design is for 2022 is using holograms for your background. I think we will add something to our thumbnail this time. So you can see on the background of our thumbnail what we mean here. So it's like a kind of mixture of different colors that are, streaming next to each other. Something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe this kind of background is going to be trendy in 2022, possibly.
That's right.
But we see the trend that is arising right now, and it's kind of more catchy than like used to be kind of blinking or some very light or something like that used to be trendy in 2021 and 2020.
That's right.
We'll see.
Yeah, so let's be summing up, guys. I hope you found this advice useful. And if you're thinking about starting your YouTube channel, use this information and think what you can apply from your talents, from your skills to set up your new YouTube channel and to bring more revenue into your life and more joy sharing yourself with wide audiences. It was Mediacube Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon to discuss yet another exciting topic about YouTube. Join Mediacube Network if you still are not a partner. It's cool here. The link is in the description, and feel free to shoot comments and discuss what we've talked about in this video. Would be
let us know about your success in 2022.
That's right. I would be excited to answer all your comments. Bye-bye.
See you.